My name is. I know you're already saying we already know your name, but what is your name? I remember growing up with a lot of names. I'm still growing, but I think the era of names or changing or having new names has passed. But if you check my Facebook album, you'll probably have an idea of what I'm saying or what I'm talking about. But then, some of my friends who are listening and watching will be reminiscing with me in laughter right now. Okay, let's get into the conversation. On today's random conversation, we're talking about names. My name is Olamidayo. Some people call me Dio. Some D1. Some it's DY dot. As a fresh young man who just seemingly broke the shackles of timidity, I decided to give myself a couple of names as the season passes. Yes. Because I can wake up tomorrow and it's another name. Aside the popular ones I've mentioned, let's take a road trip back to some years or decades as the case may be, depending on the time you're listening. While in senior secondary school, I'm about to say this and I'm already laughing. It was Buffalo. Reason being, I call a lot of people Buffalo. The name stuck for 3 years. There was a day, can't remember really if it was my aunt or my mom or something. I think it was my mom that came to my school and was asking of Dio. Note, I was the only one that goes by the name Dio during my set that I know of. But when she asked, no one could think it's a Buffalo she's asking for. Until a friend who plays the face together saw her glasses and a gap tooth and figured it's just one person that would possibly look like this with this gap tooth and these glasses. This must be Buffalo's. She reached out to me and I saw her. Fast forward to years after in secondary school. The very first name I gave myself was Tsubaba. Now this was from a drama I acted in. And after then, I can just wake up and give myself names. Now, maybe you might possibly want to get a biro and a paper and write these names down, then you count. There was Lada Famous, The Town Crier, Snazzy, Jungle Bro, The Bone, Skinny, Sexy, Bony, Extraordinary. Now, there are combinations. Lada Famous, The Town Crier, Snazzy the Bone, Snazzy Sexy, Skinny the Bone, Sexy the Bone, Debone Tsubaba, Radio Wiz, and then Buttons. How many of those? When I started the radio gig, it was Dio, and one other name, can't really remember, before switching to Radio Wiz and then to Dio Buttons a few months after. Now the question is, how do I get all these names aside the obsession for buttons and the rest? However, these are names I have given myself and what others call me. The interesting thing about name is whatever you want people to call you is what they will call you. If they call you a name that isn't yours or doesn't sit well with you, you won't answer, no matter how nice or meaningful the name is. Which brings me to the core of this conversation. With these two questions, what do you call yourself? And what does your creator call you? These are questions you would ask yourself at some point, definitely before you die, and it will be an intentional act. I can't place the year, but I can place the month. It was December, January, either 2023, 2024. I stopped going by and calling myself all these names. Someone said old age. Well, some people still call me those names and I still answer, just not to put them into any form of embarrassment. So that year, I had this prayer and fasting. Yes, I'm a Christian and I don't hide it. But it was for something else. It's then dawned on me that all this while it has been Oladayo Buttons. And then I heard it clearly. Do you understand or know the meaning of your name? All of the names, Isaac Olamidayo, and the two others, that's the name I gave you. That's the name you should go by. Aside Abraham, Sarah, Jacob, Saul, that God changed their names, or until their names were changed before things started flourishing for them. Have you had that encounter of your name and the meaning? These days, people change names legally and illegally. But what do you call yourself? What does your Creator call you? How much of the meaning of the names you've given yourself or being called do you know? Now do yourself this favor and ask God or whoever calls you by the name you go by. What is the meaning of what they call you? What does it mean? What is the meaning of your name? My name is Olamide once again. Well, you're entitled to call me Dio Buttons. See you some other time.